Hello my dear Capricorn, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between April 1st and April 15, 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I have put astrological information for the month of April in a video of its own that you can check out in my playlist Q&A. You can also find it at my webpage www.queenofcupstarot.se, where you can also find and buy all the decks I'm using in this video. There is a subscription service up on my webpage that you can take part of if you want to learn more about spiritual growth, yoga, and tarot. So, I'm going to start to shuffle your cards, and I use the Modern Spellcasters Tarot by Melanie Marquise and illustrated by Scott Murphy. So, when I open the deck here, I see Justice and King of Swords. So, it seems a little bit like a trial with both this Justice being a trial and the King of Swords being the judge. And it's Libra and this is Aquarius. I'm thinking you need to keep a very sharp mind, Capricorn, and see too that you are very just and fair and are speaking the truth. Okay, so I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here I see the Eight of Swords with the King of Swords. So it might be that you're a little bit over judgmental over yourself or others. If you find a lot of ways, a lot of things to complain about over ourselves, like, oh, why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. I should have said that. I shouldn't have put on that kind of clothes. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. And they shouldn't have, and she shouldn't have, and he shouldn't have said that. And yeah, you can go on with this. So it might be a little bit like being high-strung, okay? That's a good recipe if you want to feel bad, is to go about writing rules on your own nose and other people's nose, what they need to, should do, and shouldn't do. And yes, it can give anyone a headache, okay? So I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world. And here we see Knight of Cups with the King of Swords. Knight of Cups is usually Pisces, can be a Cancer or Scorpio person or any person that feels in the mood for some love, okay? The Knight of Cups might be seen from the King of Swords perspective as a little bit simple-minded, okay? Because he has his helmet on, he doesn't really see much, and the King of Swords is really sharp here. On the other hand, the King of Swords emotion is deep frozen while he is coming fresh out of the water. So it's different kind of intelligence here. It's like a more social empathic intelligence, and the normal intelligence that we have, how we have judged intelligence kind of up till rather recently, being good at math. So okay, so it's a kind of very different energies here, one that's very rooted in feelings and one that's very rooted up in the head. So King of Swords can also be very spiritual, as can be Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is very connected with their subconscious realm. They will have a hotline to God, the divine, their higher selves, and so on. And if the King of Swords is wired here through this, he might be very highly vibrating, but sometimes a person like this can be almost like a helium balloon. They are not really tied to earth, okay? So I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, Hierophant. It's very powerful here. This is Taurus usually. Earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today. Another of the knights and the hermit, Knight of Swords. There's some kind of spiritual thing going on here. So I call all this to give us a clear view reading for my dear Capricorn viewers. So I want my dear Capricorns to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. King of Wands. So King of Swords, King of Wands. These two are the very masculine. Oh, here we have King of Cups also. Very masculine kings. And And then we saw Knight of Wands and Knight of Cups. They are very passionate together. It's fire and water, so both fiery passion and watery emotion. It can be very dramatic, and it's kind of the same that we see here. It's just that these young guys now are a little bit more seasoned, okay, becoming a little bit more wiser. They can still be ruled by passion, but it's like it's boiling inside them, and they know when to take this out and when not. So it's I'm seeing like they have big like gateways or chakras or place for where they are creating their lives. So it's like a mysterious insight in these two. And we also had the King of Swords. The only ones missing is you, King of Pentacles. But on the other hand, the King of Pentacles has come for almost everybody else. So the Kings, it's some kind of conclusion. We're coming to an ending of some sort. It's some kind of maturity, reaching a fully developed state. Usually when we have this high peak, it's also the time when we kind of peak and go downhill as well. Something might be kind of outdated and we need to start on a new curve. Here comes the first and it's peaked. That's the Kings. And then we are going downhill, and then it comes a new and it's peaks and then downhill. So this is usually how things work. Okay, so I will tune in for a few seconds. Okay, so my dear Capricorn, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is the past. So the past is probably Mars, might go further back into the past as well. You have the Five of Cups here. It also came for Leo in almost the same position. So some kind of sacrifice of something old that didn't work out. It didn't feel good, so you kind of sacrificed it, and maybe now you're thinking of sacrificing it all. We'll see here. And this is in the now, so the first half of April, and it's the Two of Cups, which Leo had in this position. So it was Two of Cups, Five of Cups, and here you have Five of Cups, Two of Cups. So some of you might be involved with a Leo or have Sun, Moon, or Rising, or a lot of planets in Leo. So that's why you are connected. I also saw that Scorpio and Leo were very connected. You might also be dealing with a Leo as a partner or friend or something like that. Okay, so the Two of Cups, it's a soulmate connection on a very like earthly level. It's when it's manifested like in this beautiful way that we feel our heart is kind of filled with love for the other person, and they can't do anything wrong, and everything they do is so beautiful. And it's when you love a person, they get more and more beautiful for every day. And this is kind of the Two of Cups card. It's connected to the Six, the Lovers card as well. It's kind of the major and minor arcana Lovers card that we are talking about. But the Six, the Lovers, is a little bit more serious. It has two faces. The Two of Cups doesn't really have two faces. It's like being very in tune with one another and almost finishing each other's sentences and breathing the same air to your lungs. So it's a very intimate card. Okay, and here we go into the future, and we have a Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords is a situation where a person betrayed that kind of devotion. When you have this and then you betray it. So the Seven of Swords is a little bit a coward's card, but it's challenges, because swords are a way where we calculate things logically, and when we think that the logical realm is the most important thing there is, it can be easy to sacrifice love, even if it's like you won't find love like this for in this millennia. Okay, so you still just sacrifice it when you have the Seven of Swords card, because we are a little bit detached from our emotions. So I'm thinking Seven of Swords and the Judge the justice card that came, the judge and the trial that came in the beginning, that someone might have been logically having a trial inside of themselves or outside themselves and come to some kind of conclusion that might have been disconnected from their emotions, and therefore it was a betrayal, because logical decision, you can't take them with you when you die, but love, it's eternal. So if you betray someone, you are going to have to pay this back by karma again and again and again. And the justice card that we saw in the beginning is that kind of karma. It's when you are faced with your own karma. So it might be that you're dealing with a swords person that's can be betraying you, since I connected to the King of Swords, but it might be like a logical part of you that's betraying the more emotional part of you as well. Yes, okay. So 7s are always challenges, and this is a challenge to look over your moral codes and values. Are you really living them? Okay, so this is in the past, and we have a Page of Cups. Page of Cups came in this position also for Scorpio. I'm getting better and better memory. So Page of Cups is a very beautiful card. It's about being connected with your heart, but it might feel like this to be connected with our heart sometimes, because when we're open and vulnerable, also we can become wounded by people or what they say or their actions. Or it's like when we're opening up, it's like a muscle opening up like this and showing its yummy inside. If it comes someone and wants to eat that in that second, it will be hurt or even killed. So sometimes we are more vulnerable than at other times, and this seems like such a time when we are very open and vulnerable. But in the same time, we are also very connected to, we see here the waterfall and the moon that's ruling the waters, pulling the waters back and forth. So it seems like your emotions are running freely, and it might be your emotions that have driven you to take this decision about sacrificing something, because it didn't really, it only gave you sorrow, okay? But it doesn't mean that you stop loving. So the Page of Cups is kind of keeping things real, not lying on what's inside, always being in tune with what's inside. You don't need to have pride just to walk away from a relationship. You can still love the person and still walk away, okay? So next card here is 8 of Wands. So 8 of Wands is kind of a contradiction to the 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups is like a goodbye, and 8 of Wands is more like an hello. 8 of Wands is when you want to reconnect, and Page of Cups can also be all the pages. They are symbolizing messengers, because in the olden days we didn't have mail function. So we had scavengers or someone like running with the mails, and it was the pages. So they are symbolic for letters, love letters, and this 8 of Wands is the movement with which they are moving to deliver said letter. So it might be some authentic confession. Maybe you're feeling a certain longing, or maybe some situation in the past have given you grief, but the things that gives us grief is also kind of telling of what we like and what we don't like. If we love something, we will be sad of losing it. So it's kind of the sadness is kind of a homage to what we once had. Either we lost something by it. There's so many ways we can lose things. We will lose everything one day, except for the love that we have built up in our lives, with our souls. And here we have Judgment. So we had Justice, Judgment, the Judge, King of Swords. So there's some trial here. I'm thinking either someone wants to come and talk serious with you, or they came and talk serious with you. I'm doing this, it's March 17 today, so for some of you this is happening now, and for others of you this have been happening in the past. So it's some kind of confession here. A person wants to confess what's in their heart. Maybe you have loved and lost, and the loss here is making you know what was worth something, because it made you bleed a little bit. So when you bleed a little bit, then you know, oh, ouch, that hurt to lose that situation or person. So it's like you're rising to the occasion, admitting at least to yourself what it is that you truly want and love. So it's some like life experience have given you this knowledge, and it's judgment. It's number 2, so it's connected to the 2 of Cups, and also justice, number 11. 1 + 1 is 2. Also the High Priestess, and all the other 2 cards, like 2 of Wands, 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. So it's like a situation where there's a choice involved, and you need to use your like full capacity, both emotional capacity but probably also logical capacity, to be able to solve this with all your previous experience and knowledge. So it seems like you are asked, or you were asked to rise to some kind of occasion, or someone was asked to rise to occasion, maybe asking for forgiveness, or showing like a grandness, being the bigger person, showing like a good gesture of some sort. Yes, and here we have Ace of Cups. So Ace of Cups talks about this really deep love that's connecting to eons, but it's also how you are connected to yourself, the wisdom well inside of you, which also the Page of Cups is vibrating with. So with those 2 cards together, it's like a person have very pure intentions. They are very pure in their longing, or in what they want. No backstabbing ideas here. So usually when these 2 comes in a love reading, you can be rather sure that the person have good intentions. And here you have also the Star card. So I'm thinking that you or someone else have lost something that was of great value. Maybe it had to be sacrificed, but it just made you realize how much it was worth. Okay, so with the Star card, it's kind of, you feel like you and this situation, this circumstance, this person belongs together. Here you 2 Ace of Cups kind of being spilled on the ground. So this is your life, you and another person's life, and it's ruled by the divine. And the running water is kind of the time being spilled here. And it's not meaning that it's really wasted. It just means that this time spent or spilled is have given you some particular truth. Okay, truth. And the truth is connected to your feelings. And here we have you, actually, the King of Pentacles. So now you know what's really valuable, and it seems to be something on the emotional realm. 9 of Cups is usually you have the person that you were supposed to be with. They're already there. It's also a wish fulfillment card. So now you know what you're wishing for. You know what it is that you want, and it's like the divine wants the same thing you do. They want the same thing for you that you do. Okay, so you're super beautifully aligned here. So let's hope the other person is as beautifully aligned. Usually it's not the case, because what would it be worth if it weren't a little bit resistance and drama? No good movie can be without this drama. So it's the same with your life, unfortunately. Usually it doesn't go really smooth. Okay, so this is the first half of April, and we have the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands have come for a lot of the other people too. So it seems like a person standing up for themselves and for what they are feeling. So they're not letting other values in society being like intimidate them to stand up for this value, because it can be other values. Maybe the value of being open and vulnerable and show your love hasn't been that high in demand for a very long time, because we have lived in a society where to be very cool and detached and look smug and like cool behind your sunglasses have been much more valued. Okay, but here you're standing tall for your emotions, so it's kind of a little bit of a revolution was what I wanted to say. Maybe you are tied with Scorpio, because that song Revolution came with the Page of Cups and these things for Scorpio. Okay. So someone is revolting in the name of love. So we can say like this: they want to stand up for real love, for untainted love, for deep love. So it's very beautiful. And next card is Strength. So Strength is Leo, and this is Mars in Leo. So it's a little bit warrior energy. And in this song Revolution, the video that I put up on the Scorpio site, we also saw her red hair in the video. So I guess I need to put the same video for you, because it seems like you are doing a revolution within love here. And this is kind of from a movie with Keanu Reeves, The Day Earth Stood Still. And it was aliens collecting all the animals on Earth because humans were about to destroy the Earth. So the aliens were about to destroy the humans. So they were light bulb like this landing in the water, and all the animals went in free willingly and were departed. So I'm not thinking this is happening, but since I'm thinking about this, it's like you're taking side with your instincts, your emotions, your like your animal instincts, your animal emotions. But we can see on animals, they can be very loving and very caring. They're working beautifully in social groups, and we seldom see big wars among animals. They just they kind of live and let die. they have a war for a little time when it's needed in their world, and then it's gone. It's not going on for years on end. Usually they don't have they're not holding the grudges. So I'm thinking this is about not holding grudges and following where your passion is, like where your love lies, where your passionate heart is beating. Okay. And here we have Two of Pentacles, so it's another of the twos. So I'm thinking you're very insecure if what is going to happen. You're very insecure about if the other person loves you the way you love them, and you don't know what's going to happen. So it's kind of step by step, taking things a little bit carefully. We see the love relationships here out there, and the dog being very loyal. So I'm thinking loyalty might be the key here, because the Two of Pentacles can sometimes be a person juggling more than one lover, and then you are not particularly loyal. When we do this, we betray both ourselves and the ones we love. If we're not happy in our relationship, we should say bye-bye and search for another. Or all people involved needs to be wanting this juggling thing. Okay. And here we have the Hierophant, and it's this two people again underneath Ace of Cups. Oh, this was a rough one. Hierophant, Taurus. So I'm thinking that some of you might feel whipped underneath your own love. Okay, you feel whipped off your own emotions. It's like your emotions is ruling you, and you don't like it. You want to be free. You don't want to be ruled by the divine and your emotions or your partner or obligation to left and right. So and this can of course be true, but we aren't ruled by our emotions. They are actually our guiding systems. If we are posing our emotions and we don't want to be like whipped underneath the boot of our emotions, we become very cold and disconnected. That's making me see this picture of crazy scientists trying to destroy the world. So don't go that way, okay? But I'm thinking a lot of you are very scared for your passion, the passion that you feel right now. You don't know where it's going to take you. It feels like enslavement for you. You don't want the divine to rule your life. You want to have your free will. You don't want it all to be like already predestined or someone have already figured it out. You feel like you are like a front runner. You want to figure it out yourself. You don't want the divine to figure out anything for you. You want to you don't want to be ruled. So it might be that I'm picking up on like some of your partner's energy or family members' energy or co-workers' energy here. So you might be dealing with a person that rather wants to whip other people to submission by being super cool than to submit themselves to their own emotions. And that can of course be very dangerous and well might as well lead to this crazy scientist scenario. Okay, not in the biblical, like in the not maybe exactly like that, but making a person a little bit too full of themselves. Okay, and here we have a 10 of Pentacles. So 10 of Pentacles together with the Hierophant, it's kind of giving a little bit milder effect to the Hierophant card here. It's talking about values, family tradition, commitment, but it might still be like some people can be really afraid of intimacy, closeness, and commitment, because it also means responsibility. And if you have a lot of responsibility, you might lose your freedom. So it's something still going on with this, that a person is very scared of losing their freedom. So the love is there, but it might be that some person is doing the buckaroo because they don't want to. They want to maybe have the love, but not the responsibility. So it might be a little bit like an irresponsible person, or a person that is a little bit into me, myself, and I, and don't want to like be of good use for others. Maybe they want others to be of good use for them. It's if you're dealing with a person like this, the best way is to keep yourself very aligned with yourself. Don't give them the little finger, because they will probably take your whole hand. So be careful with that, because this might be someone that doesn't mind you becoming really poor and without love, as long as they have a lot of it. For example, maybe collecting more than one lover on a big pile, so they always have. Some people can be very rude like this, because they can act like they're so detached and they don't want your love and they don't want commitment. Instead, they have a lot of different suitors, so that they always feel welcome somewhere. And so they are mocking one person for wanting this commitment, and they don't want it because they want to be free. But on the other hand, they need the same thing. They need love always. It's just that they are taking it from a lot of people and maybe betraying a lot of people in the same time. So be aware if you're dealing with a person that can have very nice words, but and might love you deeply. You might feel that they love you deeply, but they haven't solved this with the loving thing just yet. So they might be very selfish and acting in their own interests. So be careful, okay? So next, here is the future. So one of you, the one that wants to have an open heart and standing up for their belief in love and like loyalty, it seems like this needs to be your aim. It needs to be you want your soul family, you want people that you can trust, you want people that you can be illuminated together with. We have the sun symbol on both those cups here, and also the rainbow, showing very lucky events. So 10 of Cups, we also saw the 9 of Cups in the pile here. So it's usually talking about very the love that won't go away that easily. Okay, so it might be also marriage situation or family situation, or maybe you are longing for children with someone, or maybe you're longing for a family, or maybe you are a person that values family over everything else. Yes, and the next card is the Chariot. So Chariot means that you want to take this happy feeling and move it into the future, making it even more happy. It's a lot of flight here and a lot of movement in these cards. This is Sagittarius, the Leo, Cancer, Sagittarius. So I'm thinking someone wants to get married, someone wants to get committed, or someone wants to be very creative with their business, or moving on with their creativity. Or maybe if you have been like a singer before, now you also want to be a singer and songwriter, and it can be like some kind of expansion, that you are finding new talents inside of yourself, or you just see new dreams. It's new dreams being built here, and new visions of a very beautiful future. So one is on board here anyway on this boat. I'm a little bit confused with the other, but we have 10 of Cups here and 10 of Pentacles, so it's talking about marriage and commitment. It's just that one person might have a little bit cold feet. And here we have the 3 of Wands. So the 3 of Wands with the 2 of Pentacles and the Judgment makes things rather serious, but in a good way. But it's like a very sharp spy, for example. It doesn't, like someone that is really skilled. They know things that other people don't know, and they have their crap together. This one didn't, and here they have. So I'm thinking you have rise to the occasion, and now you have your thing together. You know what you need to do, and you're not to play with. Like, and no one should play with you. Or this might be a person that even if they are open and vulnerable, they are not going to accept being played with. So it's some kind of, it's again the same what I felt with the Page of Cups and the 7 of Wands. Here is the Page of Cups, Strength, and 3 of Wands. So it's like a person standing up for their love, standing up for their vulnerability. They are not going to be intimidated by a person saying, well, love is blah blah blah, like not valuing love or valuing intimacy. Or you're not going to fall for that bait. You're not going to submit yourself or bend your back for a person that has some other kind of moral values that might indicate more like logic and a big pile of money and things like this. Okay, and here we have a 4 of Swords. So I'm thinking this cold feet person has really cold feet. Okay, because now they don't even have the shoe on. So, but it's a little bit light there in the shoe. So it's an interesting card, this one. The steepness of the mountain shows the severeness of the challenge. And I think we saw some rather steep mountains here and here as well. So there's a little bit challenge here, and one person can be very you might feel like this is easy peasy, we just go down to the city hall and get married, so it's no problem. Or we don't just start this project, we find fundings and we just start it. Or we just book this vacation, whatever it is that you want to do. It seems like very easy, but for the other person it isn't that easy. So it's so hard when we are connected with people that we are not aligned with at all, that doesn't want to go on that trip, doesn't want to run down to City Hall, doesn't want to start a business. Why do we want them with us in the first place? That can be the big question. But it seems that it's love, it's the answer, because love comes here from the source, but they are living underneath some other laws that's making them scared for all these things that you think are wonderful and magical. And it might be that this is Capricorn and this is the other person, or this is the other person, this is Capricorn. It's a little bit more earth here, but it can go either way. So you know who you are. If you're not this side, you are that side. And here we have a 6 of Pentacles. So it seems like some kind of middle ground needs to be reached here in this situation. But be a little bit careful, because the 6 of Pentacles, I have seen it come out for many relationships where people have kind of friends with benefits kind of situations. Okay, so if this isn't what you want, don't compromise that far. Okay, maybe it would be better if the person that's so scared of intimacy would find someone that isn't, and the one that wants intimacy finds someone that wants intimacy. But the love is, of course, dictating the terms here. 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and the Fool. Okay, so it's, you are dealing with someone that's a little bit of a baby, but can rise to the occasion eventually if you have a lot of patience. So if you feel patient, maybe you can. It seems like this person isn't patient. They are on like a beautiful flow. They are on their way doing something marvelous and beautiful, and this it's like a big break or a big block reaching the mountains, and then you're not getting any further. I also noticed that we have 8 of Wands here, 8 strength. So this is talking about the person being very courageous, and then we have 7 the Chariot. So they are very courageous, but they might like go, either the other person tags along on this journey or not. And it's 7 here, 7 of Swords, 7 Chariot, 7 of Wands, and as I said, we have 7 of Pentacles there as well. All 7s are challenges in different realms. So here's a challenge to take 2 different energies, like one that wants to do this trip and one that are scared to do it, and bake them together to be able to move this chariot forward. And why do we have to take this this energy that doesn't want to move? I don't really know, but it seems like we are supposed to learn from our other half. One is very adventurous and is on their way, and the other one needs a courage to be able to move anywhere, because they are this almost this muscle I was talking about, this muscle, this water creature that's opening up like a muscle. It sounds like I'm saying something else, but we can't be bothered by that. So it's maybe they are not able to they have no legs. Okay, so you can't really you can't force like an elephant to climb the trees, or a bird to swim in the ocean if it's not like used to doing that. Okay, so I will take a Wisdom of the Oracle divination card for you, and it's Imagine. So it seems like this with dreams is something that's on here. Imagine. And you don't have the 7 of Cups, because then I would say you live in an air castle, but I don't think you do. It's just that you have a hard time getting people on board with your dreams here. So, essential meaning: turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imaginary and feelings, creativity, illusions. Who do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? You are gifted with the power of imagine. If you can dream it, you can create it. This is the time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you desire. Spend time daydreaming, fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspirations and imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat. What you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. In relationship, in matters of the heart, it's easy to daydream about another as a means of connecting to that person. While that is romantic, if you want this relationship to be real, you need to go for it, not just dream about it. Now is the time to move beyond the daydream and into reality, beyond illusions and into flirtation. Relationships are about relating, so step up out onto the dance floor, where imagination partners with manifestation. The message of this card is that a person with attributes you have imagined will enter your life. You'll be changed for the better. Imagine that. So, yes, okay. We don't need to read the other message. I didn't feel like it was resonating. It's like the upside down message that you are living in a illusionary state. I don't think you are. I think this person has a flow, and the other person is afraid of maybe being dragged along with something that they don't really want. So don't try to convince someone. Either they go with you or they don't. It's not up to us to control another person. Here with the Two of Pentacles might be like you're trying to control someone, and then with the Three of Wands you decide that, oh, I will have this, either they are with me or not. Safe to fall. Just like the air that fills your lungs, my grace is invisible and yet brings you life. Fear of falling may prevent you from truly surrendering into my care. Yet if you were to realize that it is safe to fall, that my grace will catch you as you step beyond the edge of what you have known, so much would be possible for you. I urge you to believe in what is calling you to take a leap of faith. I tell you now, my willed, sweet beloved, that the call is from me, urging you to open up to a bigger world, trust me, and relinquish logic and control. I will not fail you. So for some of you, it will be two different parts of you. One part wants to, maybe you love someone, you want them, you need them, and you have decided upon going and getting them, and then no. So you take the safe for the unsafe and ask if maybe we can be friends instead. So that's the coward move. And why are we coward like this? Because we are afraid of our own emotions. And that's usually what we saw with the King of Swords in the beginning. He can be a little bit scared of his emotion. Like if you're only logic, you always try to calculate how things are going to go the most smoothest, you might not be that resilient when things doesn't go smooth. So try to experience more things that doesn't go smooth and live with that and experience that, because that will make you so much more courageous and much more available to life's adventures. If you're always wants to be in control and calculate what's going to happen because you're so scared what you will feel, maybe you should be less scared what you could feel. Stay with your feelings. You won't be scared anymore. So, I will continue reading a little bit, seeing what, I don't know, how is she falling? The bird is over there, so I guess it's like this. I'm just joking. Sometimes we try to hold on, even when it would be better to let go. Sometimes what we hold on to is actually the very thing holding us back. If we let our fear become stronger than our trust, we will underestimate ourselves and the divine. Modern culture tends to generate suffocating fear. We can subtly become programmed to believe and act as though the world is unsafe to explore. With such an attitude, we begin to contract, to defend, to close off from that which would make us uncomfortable, but also from what would help us to learn and grow and become alive and live up to our divine destiny. The other choice available to us is to open our minds to the prospect of unconditional trust, as we feel safe and willing to move beyond the world we have known. The great growth will take place within you and your life will change. So it's kind of like you're putting yourself in the mindset of that you don't mind what happens. Whatever comes is fine. You can take it. You are not meant to be staid, conventional, and know exactly what will happen every day for the rest of your life. You are meant to be alive, messy at times, allowing circumstances to unfold accordingly to a higher plan rather than your own beliefs. You were born to challenge and question what you believe in again and again. You are one of those souls who was born to actively participate in the great plan of love and life. You are not meant to be watching the waves from the shore. You are meant to be out in the ocean surfing them. You have it in you to be a wonderful surfer. Okay, so go out and surf or fall or whatever it is that you need to do, wild beloved Capricorn. Okay, so my dear Capricorns, I hope this helped. I want you to take really good care, and I welcome you back to my mid-April reading that I will perform in the beginning of April. Okay, bye-bye.